Hello, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel, and this is the weekly angel card reading for the week starting Monday, the 26th of September, running through to the 30th, Friday the 30th, sorry, 2016. Now, as always, I do the weekends on my Instagram and Facebook pages. I don't include them as part of the YouTube video because I know you're as time poor as I am, if not more so, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, so try and keep these pretty short. And when I post them on my social media, I give a lot more detail, obviously. But so we're going to start with Monday, the 26th. Now, I tried to record a video before I shuffled these and did the readings, and then it got interrupted, and it was so annoying because I couldn't kind of recover to keep going, but I'd already shuffled the cards and started explaining them. So what I'm going to do now is use those cards and go through them now, but it does mean you won't have the joy of seeing me shuffle them, which is quite boring anyway, so you're probably better off. So please excuse me for just rushing through them, but I didn't want to start again and shuffling them. These are the right cards for us, so that annoyance that came through was right because I was probably talking too long anyway. So Monday, the card we got is prioritized. This is about structures. So we're now in Libra, but this is very much a Virgo energy card. It's about that. Virgos are all about organization, creating structures, foundations. Sounds boring, but so important. So many of us get really gung-ho and rush out and do things, and we haven't set the right steps, the right processes up. So they are saying for some of you this relates to nutrition because it's talking about systems to support us, not systems necessarily to support our work, but systems to support our growth. And that means making sure we have the right nutrients. And to do that, you need to be organized, okay? Eating well doesn't happen by accident. It's planning your meals and not just opening your cupboard and hoping for the best, eating whatever you can find. Obviously, you know, you have to be organized and plan what you're going to eat and plan to get a good range of nutrients into your diet. So they're saying we're going to need these systems in place now for what's coming up. The rest of the year is going to be a lot of good growth coming forward for us. So I know it's felt like with the retrograde we've been going backwards, or we've been in this holding pattern, but we're going to get real momentum coming forward now, coming through, I should say, not coming forward, coming through, but propelling us forward. And it's really important that we shift forward with those systems in place. So we are eating right, we are looking after our bodies, we are maintaining good relationships with the people that we love. We have our financial structures in place. You know, it sounds boring, but it's so important. And if you don't have those sort of systems in place now, it's all going to come crashing down. So do the work now, and then you'll be set up. So going into Tuesday, we have the angel Isabella. Yes, the timing is right for this venture. Now, I love this card because I call it the green light card. It's all about, yes, go for it. So for those of you who already know what you want and what you want to start, this card is so wonderful for you because it's just like, yeah, go do it. It's the sign that you've been waiting for. But if you don't, this is an invitation for you to really start thinking about, what do I actually want to create? Or perhaps you already know what you want to create, but you feel like you're not getting anywhere with it. And that can be partly just because of the patterns that we've been in energetically. But it could also be because you are not acting in a way that supports what you claim or are asserting that you want. So a good example of this is someone who is trying to manifest the new job, that something that they're passionate about. And so they're doing the work of, I am creating a new job for me. I want a new job. And doing all the thought work and the manifestation, the intentions, but their actions don't support it because they're actually not looking for work. They're not asking their friends to keep an eye out for them. They're not calling up their old networks. They're not going online and looking at what's available. So you must be willing to do the action steps, as well as the work around aligning your thoughts and your sort of intentions with what you want. So this is a good opportunity to tune into what you actually want and what am I doing to create that. And to really, the universe here is wanting to motivate you to start putting in the work to do it because it's time. Now, in order to reach for new things and to move forward, we must let go of what we're holding on to. Now, some of what you're holding on to is necessary, but a lot of it is not, and you know what that relates to. Some of you are holding on to things that are weighing you down, and they're holding you back. Um, so we need to lighten up here, lighten our load. So what are the things you need to release? This card is release, letting go. Um, Now, this time of year, it's spring in Australia where I am. This is the time of year we talk about spring cleaning, decluttering, getting rid of old stuff. That creates a really great energetic pattern of creating room, not just physically for new things, but energetically. So when you do things like that, clearing out things, always say to the universe, because the universe loves symbolic gestures, always say, universe, I am clearing out the old and making room for the new. And you can even ask for what new things you want to be welcoming in at that point. So they are saying for some of you it's about forgiveness. Sorry, I know that's something that comes up a lot, but for those of you who have read A Course in Miracles, you know that forgiveness absolutely underpins so much of our personal growth, because we can't move forward, we can't love fully if we are still bitter about things that have happened, and particularly if we're still needing to forgive ourselves. Now, as I've said in the past, forgiveness doesn't involve a conversation with the person who you're upset with. It involves you resolving to forgive them, even though what they did hurt you and was wrong, but just choosing peace. And symbolism here, if you're holding on to the bird, is important, because we can't hold on to things that are meant to fly. We get the freedom when we let other people other people have their freedom, and when we let go of situations, it's not just people, but if we let go of situations as well, sometimes we have this endless track. I call it the what if game, or the if only, running through our head. What if I'd done this? Or if only this had happened? And we get really stuck in that. And it doesn't help, because everything's happened the way it was supposed to, even though it has caused you pain. So what you need to do is to let go of your expectations of how things should have been, and your bitterness over what they could have been but weren't, and try and find some peace. Letting go. It's all about letting go, and that's going to mean a lot of different things to different people. So for Thursday, we've got truth and integrity, which are two very powerful words, but closely interwoven. So integrity is, I think it's Brene Brown who says that acting in integrity is choosing to do what is right over what is convenient or cheap or socially acceptable. I think I've completely misquoted her there, but what I'm saying is sometimes it's hard to do what is right, and this card implores you to do what is right even though it's hard, and even though it puts you at risk of judgment from other people and makes you vulnerable to other people's ideas. We really have this herd mentality, don't we, of staying in line, and where I'm from, New Zealand, where I grew up, we call it the tall poppy syndrome, where if anyone steps up, they get chopped down. And it's one of the things I really disliked about that culture, because although I love New Zealand and I'm very passionate about it, there is that tendency to pull people down when they start to grow or stand out. When in actual fact we're born to stand out. You shouldn't be going along with the crowd. That's not what you're here to do. And for that reason, we do feel profoundly unsafe when we step up and say, I don't think that's right, or I'm going to do it this way, or that's not right for me, this is how it should be. And, you know, that's a really scary thing to do. I know for me, to be doing these videos, to be doing angel card readings to people, that's a very, very unsafe thing for me to be doing, and has felt, I've had to do a lot of work on myself to feel safe doing that, because it is what is right for me, and I feel it's part of my life purpose, but people have all sorts of judgments about that being weird or out there, or there's always, notice when people put a judgment, it's always, you're too something, you're too whatever it is, you're too loud, you're too bossy, you're too fat, whatever it is. It's always that word too involved, because what they're saying is you don't conform to my ideas about how things should be, and that's inconvenient for me. And the truth is that acting with integrity, acting according to your own truth, is going to be inconvenient to people, and that's just too bad, because you can't pretend to be something that you're not. You can't live in a way that doesn't follow your own value system and your own integrity, because then you're living a lie, and we don't grow when we're living a lie. We're here to be different, and that's what we're designed to do. So try to really resist that. conformity pull and stand up for what you believe in and act according to your truth. If it's not right for you to be in a job that you started out doing but now doesn't serve you, then too bad about the degree that you went and got. If it's not right for you, it's not right for you. Leave it. I mean, I'm simplifying these things, but what I'm saying is you've got to do what's right, even though it's not going to be convenient for other people. And it's probably not that convenient for you either, but it is important and it will make you feel better in the long run. We're not meant to be living, we're not meant to be living small lives where we go through the motions of living a life that following a template that other people have set. It will never make you happy. So let's look at Friday, the 30th of September. We have Ace of Gabriel here. This is a really uplifting card. It's about passion and inspiration. And so we've got this theme of the angels really trying to motivate us, light a rocket under us, which I love because I think we're ready. We're ready to move on and to do new things and to create. It's a very creative card because we have the Archangel Gabriel here, who is associated with creativity amongst other things. So again, this kind of echoes what we had here about what is it that you actually want to create? What do you want to do? Really get in touch with that and be as creative as you like. Now, I think when we're setting or creating a vision of what we want, we tend to limit ourselves and go, oh, I'd love to do this in New York, but I'll just try and do it here. And what I would suggest you do is you don't look at limiting yourself. You go large, and then you just start taking slow steps towards that, and let the universe decide where the limits are. And you might find that there are no limits at all. But sometimes what I'm saying is the scale of a task or a goal that we set for ourselves can be so daunting that we procrastinate. We don't get anywhere with it at all, and that's completely unhelpful. So really let your passion guide you. Your inner truth really is what it's about. And they're saying that the energy really supports us to shift in a new direction right now, and the cards are saying that as well that we've had. So that's not just a Friday card, that's a theme that's come through for the week. So this is a week, when I look in my sort of overview, this is a week for thinking about what we really want to create, who we really are, and where we want to go. There's nothing really about fixing things from the past. There is a strong message about release. There's nothing asking us to really go deep emotionally and to process things. It's all about looking forward now. It's all about letting go and creating the new. So that's exciting, and I hope you're excited about it too. If you're not, maybe you're getting stuck in this release. Maybe there's something you need to release here. So if it's daunting, maybe there's more work that you need to do around that. But the important thing, as I said, is to not be limited and to know that we can only ever see this much. The universe can see this much. And if they're saying, when I say they, I mean the angels as a collective, if they're saying that there's huge scope for us, then there is huge scope, and we just have to keep moving in the right direction. And we do that by following our intuition, and don't try and fixate on where we think the destination is. Just start walking and they will bring it all into play for us. We've just got to keep moving forward. So hopefully that's helpful to you. You know where to find me. If it's not, onegroundedangel@gmail.com. My blog is onegroundedangel.com. I regret that I have not put any articles on it lately. It's time for me to tap into my own creativity and to get going on that. I've got a lot I actually want to write about. And now that my time is a little bit more open, I'm going to do that. So, as I said, I think I said this at the start of the episode, or maybe it was one I've just deleted before it was interrupted, but I do post these on Instagram at OneGroundedAngel, or my Facebook page, OneGroundedAngel as well, so you can get more detail there. Guys, it's been so great reading for you. I hope this has all been helpful. I feel really inspired by these cards this week, and I hope you do too. Thanks so much for your support and for your good vibes, and I hope to read for you again next week, and hopefully I can bring you even more exciting stuff, because I'm being told that the rest of the year things are really going to shift for us, and that is exciting. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will read for you next week.